All right, we are back with another start position update. This time talking about Cathay, Skaven, and the Greenskins. And Cathay, I think we all really expect them to be exactly where they are on the map. So we'll really be focusing on the Skaven and the Greenskins in this video today. The next two that are coming are the Ogre Kingdoms and the Beastmen. By the time this video goes up, because remember I'm doing it a day beforehand, the Ogre Kingdoms reveals will be on the map. So we'll be able to go through those. I'll basically wait until the Beastmen come out and then I'll do my video. So you'll expect that video in a couple days hence. I'm going to be also doing a speculation video for the Warriors of Chaos or Demons of Chaos, or basically the 4 Legendary Lords of Chaos DLC. I know there's a lot of like hot button topics on whether or not it's demons or whether or not it's warriors. I have a pretty specific opinion on the matter, and I'll put that in that video, but that's going to be coming out here sometime this month. If we have the beta for the Immortal Empires coming out in August, I would imagine that that DLC would follow somewhat around that timeline and what have you. I even think that's what they said as far as their timeline goes. But today we're talking start pause, and look at this map, man. It is starting to fill out. We're starting to really see how juicy this is going to become, and we have 2 big positions for the Skaven that have moved, and the rest of them haven't really moved. So we've got the background music here is the lovely high elf music from Warhammer 2. We've already talked about that OST. But the poll question of the day is, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different Skaven. Rather than me saying, what Skaven Legendary Lord would you like to see? My question is, where would you like to see Thanquol? Because it's really the only Legendary Lord that's left for the Skaven that matters, and I want to hear where you think Thanquol should be put on the Immortal Empires map. Now with the removal of Tretch from his location over here in Nagarath, it might be a good location now to put a Thanquol over in this region. Nagarath, why did I say Nagarath? That's over here in Uthwan. Nagaroth. Over here in this location, or maybe even somewhere around the Darklands to kind of put some fun Skaven pressure from the north onto the eventual Chaos Dwarfs. But that's the poll question for today. Where do you think Thanquol would be on this map? You can even say a specific province or general region. I'll be fine with all of it. Well, let's take a look here at the Skaven. Our first one is Queek Headtaker, who has moved north to the Misty Mountains. Now, in Mortal Empires, Clan Moors starts at the Charnel Valley. Is that it? I'm on the right side of the screen, the wiki, and I have to... Mortal Empires, Carreg Orud Charnel Valley, which it was kind of like around here, right? I didn't even see the Charnel Valley on this map. Creator of the Walking Dead, Devil's Backbone, South. It's probably in here in the Southlands World's Edge Mountains. They maybe just made it into a specific settlement within a province. Or am I just stupid and I can't see it all together? You know, more often than not, I err on the side of just being stupid and not seeing it. So I'm sure you guys let me know in the comment section below if I've messed up, as I usually do. But moving here into the rest of this. So again, this is really the only location that's changed aside from Tretch. We have him moving further north into Blightwater. And I kind of like that a little bit more. The heart of the jungle, you know, we're probably going to see a Wood Elf starting location, right? It's what we've seen before. So I think it kind of frees up this area to have a little more movement. In this area, if you're watching on a mobile phone, you probably can't see my cursor. I'm circling the Southlands, Land of the Dead, Shifting Sands. Because Land of the Dead, we're going to have the Tomb Kings. We're going to have another Tomb King over here in Land of Assassins, more than likely. I think Ark and the Black could really be anywhere, truly. But I think that having Clan Moors right there, as well as Heart of the Jungle also being comprised of Wood Elves, just makes for such a messy starting location where you get like Legendary Lords getting knocked out super fast. Clan Moors being right next to Scarbrand is absolutely horrifying, but at least Queek Headtaker starts close to Tretch Craventail, which has been moved up appropriately back to Crookback Mountain. Not the movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal and the Joker. What's his name? Who the fuck plays the goddamn Joker right now? My joke just landed on its face because I can't remember who played the Joker in Batman. Good lord. Heath Ledger, that's it. But either way, We have Tretch Craventail over here in Crookback, so that gives him a really good alliance, really close to him. Southern World's Edge Mountains, 8 Peaks, Death Pass, all the things are just kind of in the way. But this is going to be, I think, pretty crucial to just kind of establish some early trade. I'm sure we'll see plenty of other Skaven factions throughout the rest of this location. I know we have a whole bunch of them already on the map as it is, as far as Skaven NPC factions. But again, this gives us a nice little Legendary Lord placement. It's even kind of cool for a co-op campaign for these 2 Skaven Lords. That's probably going to be the next poll question. But they are thusly placed. Lord Skrolk is over here at Sabatoon, all the way in the southern portions of Lustria. And I think that's where he was before. He might have been a little further north. But either way, Clan Pestilence is going to be able to do some fun from over there. In fact, I've got it over here on the map. Let's take a look. Yeah, Immortal Empires had at Oxel, the Headhunters Jungle. So that it's just basically one province down. So Headhunters Jungle. This is the Lost Valley, which he will be in. That's Sabatoon. So we now know where he is on the map. It's one more placement south. And again, I think that kind of works out a little bit better for him. Gives him a little bit more distance from Gore Rock. And that mountain range with the Spine of Sotek and Colchian Plains kind of divides him away from the other Lizardmen and possibly from Thorex. So we should see how that kind of plays itself out when we get the dwarf starting positions. And if, I mean, personally, I think Thorex, well, no, actually, Immortal Empires, Thorex starts at Karak Azul. So he'll be over here by Death Pass, Blackwater, Rib Creeks, Karak Azul is like a little more north, I think, between Peak Pass and Death Pass. I think it's around there. Either way. Also, next up, we have Clan Scriber here, and they're going to be starting right at Skaven Blight. So Aked Claw is not moving, going to be right where we expect him, and same thing with Froth the Unclean. He's over here in Hell Pit, to be expected. Remember how I said there's 2 Skaven Legendary Lords that moved? No, there's a 3rd one. I'm stupid. I had reconciled in my brain that Deathmatcher Snick would be over here, and he truly is. So he is over here at Jingpo, and he is in between both Miao Ying at the north and Gunpowder Road, and Zhao Ming's down south here at the wastelands of Jinshen / Warpstone Desert. So just as I thought it would all kind of play out, it played out just exactly like that. That sounds way too precocious, but I'm still saying that this is pretty much exactly the kind of setup that it was in the Chaos Realms campaign. So I think it just kind of makes sense for them to be in this location, and it's a pretty good location for them. Moving now over to our Greenskins, we have some fun changes around this map. So, Grimgore Ironhide, our first one to talk about, is over here at the Saber Mountain. Much different starting location for him, and this puts him, I think, in a very fun location because he gets some good alliances just to his west, but more importantly, he also has the ability here to just have a lot of fun. Go north into Norska / the Northern Chaos Waste, east into Cathay, south into Darklands, west into the Old World. I like Grimgore's start position. I think it is very, 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 very fun. And I think that, like, overall, he probably benefits the most because he's just going to be able to just do whatever the hell he wants, which I think is going to be pretty fun. Next up here, we have Skarsnik at Mount Gunbad. And I'm kind of wondering if they're going to be changing, because they did say that they're going to be changing some of the Legendary Lords and their objectives and what have you. So, does that mean for Skarsnik, he's not going to have to go get 8 Peaks back? Like, I wonder how that's all going to play out. I mean, because that's pretty close for him, right? The Vaults, arguably, is also very close. But I'm wondering if it's still going to be that rush to 8 Peaks and how that's also going to affect his overall campaign goal. Next up here, we have Warzog down over here at Ekrund. So he hasn't changed much. No, I don't think so. I think he just kind of placed it a little bit, maybe further west or north or south or whatever, but pretty much in this location as he was before. And we have Grom the Paunch over here at Massive Orcal. Again, I don't think that's moved at all. So he'll be having that direct opposition and an ability to jump over to Ivris if he so wishes, with Eltharion down here in the Southern Badlands. So their opposition towards one another is pretty close. But then we also have Azak the Slaughterer over in Khazad Kulaz over here at the Northern World's Edge Mountains. And That'll be pretty spicy because it's going to put him, again, in direct location against the Kislevites. He's going to have dwarfs around him. He's going to have tons of Empire to contest with. He's also going to have to deal with some Wood Elves right over here at the Griffin Wood, of course. And also, Zorn Ulskul was going to be where those Chaos Dwarfs are going to be, of course, right? And depending on how the actual... I guess it's not necessarily how the Ogre Kingdoms are going to play out. It's where, what's his name, Scrag, where they're going to put Scrag on the map. So, Scrag might be in a place that kind of contests this, and it's going to be interesting. Also, Beastmen. Beastmen, I think, are going to also help kind of color what kind of opposition these two factions, I think all three of these factions, between Grimgore, Azag, and Skarsnik are going to kind of face as far as what's going to be around them. Because right now they have kind of full reign of their location for the most part. Yeah, they're going to have NPC, Skaven, and Undead factions around them. Oh, we actually haven't... I just realized we've talked about the vampire counts and their kind of faction distinctions in the previous blog post, but we actually haven't seen them starting on the map. Oh. That totally went over my head. I totally forgot about that. Well, that'll also kind of spice this up too. So that'll be fun and interesting to see what those placements are going to look like. So we have the Greenskins now. We have the Cathay. We have got Skaven. But go ahead and let me know in the comment section below how you're feeling about these start positions. Let me know also what you're feeling about that poll question, right? Where do you think Thanquol would be on the map if they were to add him, say, tomorrow? I guess that maybe isn't too fair if we don't know where the rest of the factions are starting, but who cares? This is a fun, like, hypothetical what-if question anyway. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. We're going to have plenty more coverage of... I said Zorn Ulskul, I meant Plane of Zar. We have plenty more coverage of these start positions coming, speculation videos, all sorts of fun Immortal Empire stuff ramping up as we come into August for Total War, Warhammer 3. But as always, have a good one, and take care.